Thank you for visiting our channel. Today I came out to review and also quick unbox this humongous box. It is a AC2100 dual band Gigabyte Wi-Fi router. It is modeled K7. It's done by a company called Speedefy. These guys are phenomenal. Again, let's go through and check it out. Number one, I want to mention that this will give you 3 accesses through landline to have a gigabit Ethernet, and also it will give you over-the-top Wi-Fi connections. So we have everything jam-packed in this video, so hang in there. I do not want to forget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button. Make sure you share this with your friends and family, and make sure you click the notification icon, select all, in order to get notified once we have a new video out. On top of that, if you have a question, drop them at the bottom of the video. We love to help you out ASAP. And don't forget to click the like button. It really motivates us to make these type of videos quickly with a little more detail every time. So here we go. This is how big the box is. It has a lot of information around it. And when you go around, you can see that detailic information has been written near to the lid where you can open it. And also in the back, you have huge icons that will show you where you can locate the actual router and how you can take advantage of it. And they have a little thing inside of it as an app, which we will cover, that has something called Booster. All right, so here we go. So when we are slowly opening it, we take everything out one by one. And once everything is set together, here are all the components that are part of this box. It comes with this user guide, and this is a very quick start guide that you can see all of the information in the front. Going inside, it just talks about how you will be able to install this, which we will cover in this video, but it is a really ginormous little page that will tell you everything step by step of product overview and more. And now when you go to the back part of it, it has more settings, information on how you will be able to play with this router itself. There is one more page that comes with this, which is called Register, where you will be able to register your router and what app you need to download. If you need help, how you can contact them, and that's about it. And it comes with this RJ45, which is about 1 meter long, and it is flat. It comes with this power supply, which this part connects to the router, and this is going to go to the electricity, which is created for Canada, United States. I have to mention that this is 12 volt 1.5 amps. The big moment, the router itself, it's inside of a little plastic so it doesn't get scratched up, but once you take it out, all of the antennas are pre-installed and you cannot take them out. This is how everything is set up. So there are little plastics that you can take out for the antennas. Now the router itself is designed pretty cool, so let's just go from the top. I like their name on the top part of it, and then the design that they have put looks like a pyramid, and then you have all these cuts in the front, but it is plastic. Going on the front, you have one indicator right over here, but then going to the front part of it, there's nothing here. Go to the sides of it, just the antenna itself, and it is pretty long, but it is 180 degrees turn. You cannot bring it all the way down, so make sure that you don't break it. And there's 2 on the sides, so going on the sides of it, there's nothing here, but you have the antenna, you have the power connection, which is 12 volt 1.5 amp, and then you have the reset button, and also this button will help you to put it back into factory reset. Then you have the WAN connection, or where your internet is going to be going in. Then you have another long antenna, and then you have 3 connections for your LAN. This is the ones that are gigabit. One of them is named 3IPTV. Now I'm not going to play with that right now. And then going on the sides of it, you have another antenna, nothing here. Then you have another antenna, and then you have some holes for ventilation, and then you have the last antenna. Now going to the front part of it, there's nothing here, but once you flip it upside down is where you will find most of the info that you're looking for. So there is a lot of holes for ventilation. You have 2 little spots that has screw inside, but this is where you will be able to place your screw on the wall, and then you can hang this, which will be very, very useful. Now you have 4 little legs so it can stand up, but there's a lot of holes for ventilation. You have a little sticker that will talk about your IP address, your model number, and more. It's all going to be covered right over here. Now enough said about it. Let's get this connected. So first we will connect the internet, and then we will connect the power. And then once you see this light, alright, so we are going to use our Galaxy S20 Ultra in order to go next. In this case, first we need to launch our browser, and then we need to go to this website. So once you enter the URL, select it, and it will take a couple of seconds to go through, and then it will take you here so you can install the app. So I will click on Get Android App. Now it automatically takes me to my Google Play Store to grab the file and click on Select. Now it takes a couple of seconds for it to be installed, and that's what we are waiting for. So there you go. It just depends on the connection of your internet on how fast you are connected. Now remember that I am installing Speedefy app, and I'm just waiting for it to be open, and it's just authenticating right now. We're just going to wait a couple of more seconds for it to be installed fully. And there you go. Once it's done, just click on open, and that's the very first time that it goes through, and it says that it needs to get some access from my location, from where I am. That's okay. I'm just going to say allow. And then it says that it needs to get access to my media devices. I'm going to say deny, and let's just go next. So over here, it's asking to tap so that way we can see the Wi-Fi networks. And there's one that is called My Wi-Fi, which I'm going to select. Now this is the very first time that we're going to connect. So yes, there you go. It's asking. I'm going to say deny, and I'm just going to give it a couple of seconds. So yeah, detected the DHCP, going to click next. Now if yours is set up a little bit different, then you can set it up as DSL, or if there's any different settings that you have, go through that. But for main stuff that you have a router from your ISP or from internet provider, just make sure that you enter or select the proper number. Most of the time, 99% of the time, it is DHCP. So in this case right over here, it is telling me that this is the default name. You can change it to anything you wish. Now in this case, I am just going to change this to XC-TEX, and I'm going to name it K7 because this is the model number for it. And then the password is on your hand, what you would like to enter it. So in this case, I always leave it as a really funny word, which is I do not know. So there's no apostrophe, so you're just going to type it. Let's just show you guys. Now you can set up anything you wish, but this is mine. I really like this, and I'm going to click on OK. Now it takes a couple of seconds for it to go through and set you up, and there you go. Now it says connect to your Wi-Fi router, so we will click Wi-Fi network. So it is really fast for it to be selected and connect. So we're just waiting for it, and there you go. Now I can see mine says XC-TEX K7 5G network. I just have to place that same password that we selected. Now I do not want to use the same one. I want to do something different, and that way it's very unique to you, so nobody else would know unless you want to share it with a few people. And then click on connect, and I am connected. So there you go. Now it says that a new router has been detected, and now it says to take control, so we will click on control. Now your password over here is, I don't know. Now I didn't change anything else. Let's see if it allows me to go in, and yes, I am in. So this is how it really shows. And I know that on the top part, and yes, it says that login manager anywhere, so I'm just gonna say no, I'm not right now. But this is how it is for you to go in, and it looks like it kicked me out. So here you go. Now we're totally inside, so we can see some information. Now remember that on the top you have a little part for upload and download. You have to ignore that because this is not going to really give you a proper information from the internet. This is just you connecting. So it just shows little bits that you are connected right now. There's no other computers or phones connected to this so we can download and we can show you exactly what type of numbers you're getting. But it is all here. So speed limit is over here. You can click on it and then you can set up what speed you want to give everybody. Now, here's one best thing that you can also set up your web, your video, and your video games, and also what speed you would like to give them. So that way they have only allowance on certain amount of data that goes through. So if you have 100 megabits per second download and 20 megabits for upload, you can customize that part to be, as an example, 20 because you have 5 of them. And say for example 5 megabit upload. So this way it is all going to be customized. You can see that right beside the speed limit you have something called enabled, and also you can fix it to be video game or to be web. You see that it just changes by itself and it gives you proper access, and you can also get rid of it. Now to get rid of it you have to just delete them and press OK, and that way it goes away. As simple as that. Now there is one more thing that is called parental control, which is a beautiful thing to have. So going through it, yes, you have internet connection and you can put time on it. So this way kids, the schools are just starting and you really need to be there so that way they can go to sleep on time or wake up and use the places properly. One more thing is web filter. You can add websites so that way kids cannot be able to go to it, and it really helps. Another part is called modify remark. Alright, so the next part, let's just do some speed tests. Now I am not really near to the actual router, but let's open this up and let's try to see on a 5G network. We are connected on 5G network to see exactly what type of numbers we are getting using this router itself. So we're running the test and here you go. This is the number that we are getting. Now I have to mention that there are certain parts on the screen that I have to zoom in order to get the numbers properly, and that way we don't have any ads showing in the bottom. So here you go again, we're just testing it out. This is our upload rate for the router itself. So we can see that we got 280 for our download, which is a beautiful thing. Again, we're not really near to the router, so this is a plus sign. And that is our upload rate, which is 32, but we received 22.8. Now there are other devices connected right now to the network too, and that's why it will bring it down. But this is a maximum number that I can get at the moment using this router. So now we're going to connect this router to the computer to see exactly what type of numbers we're going to get. So for that, on the top on your browser, you need to type this IP address, which is 192.168. And this one, it is going to be 3.1. And you will be entered to the part that you need to put your password. Now remember that when you set it up, our password was very funny password. So let's use that. And we click on login. Now as soon as you go in, it will tell you exactly how you are connected and what routers you already have on top. So I really like this look. You have the name on the top, it says internet status, and then it says that you need to select your language, which is very easy on the top. You can also click on exit. But right now we are connected as a Wi-Fi. You can see it is already set up as 2.4 and also as 5G. And what SSID or what names you are selected. Next thing is your internet and then your router, and you will have one device connected right now. There's no little X's beside them. That means we have internet. One more thing in the bottom, it tells you your speed. Now again, this speed is if you're doing anything on the internet, this will go up and down, except that this is not a speed test that all the time it will give you a proper number. So don't mix this up. This is not what you're looking for. And there's one IP address that is selected for our phone. And then over here, it shows that we are up to date. Now going on the side, it says internet settings. This is where you will be able to set up if your internet is set up as PPPoE, or if you want to set up as a static IP address, you can select it here. Also for DNS, you can put it manual. There you go. Or you can leave it as automatic, whatever your ISP gives you. I always leave it as default. Next part is Wi-Fi settings. So same thing. You can go here and Wi-Fi name and password is enabled. Also your schedule, wireless repeating, right now is disabled. And also channel and bandwidth. you can click on it, and this is where you will be able to play with which numbers are going to be very good. As an example for channels, what numbers you can use that is very empty. So you can use another app like Wi-Fi Analyzer, and then you can set this up, and that way it will look really good. And on top of that, put this always on a maximum so you can get a really good speed out of it. Now this part, it says that 11 BGN maximum. And this one, it says up to AC, which is a really good thing. Or you can just put it on AC. I would really suggest that you leave it as maximum as possible, because 5G networks sometimes, if AC is not available or it's going to get really full, then it can rely on your lower bands, which is really good. So you can select it. Next part is the channel, same thing. Whatever shows on your Wi-Fi analyzer, and you see that there's not many people on it, use that. In that way, your internet speed will get better and your connection would not drop that fast. Here you go. Another part is the bandwidth. Leave it always on a maximum and click on save. Now, there is a lot of things in this, something like transmitted power. Yes, you can click on it and you can put it on high all the time. You do not want it to make it lower. And same thing goes for WPS. We always leave this on. It's really good to have it on. Next part is called beamforming, and you can click on it. It actually explains to you what it is. So it's a smarter Wi-Fi coverage. We're going to leave that on too. And an AP mode. Now, we don't have an access point for the same brand yet, so I'm not going to use this as my access point. Another part is called Wi-Fi anti-interference. Now, I always leave this on auto because I do not know if I'm going to have an interference or not, so I do not have to worry. It's always going to be connected and it will help you out. Another part is guest network. If you want to set up a guest network, perfect, and you can give them how many hours they have access and they do not have to get disconnected. If you are going to run something like Airbnb, this is a really good thing to have, and that way you can set it up or you can get access externally, so you can leave it on for a day or two, so that way when they leave they do not have access. Here's another thing, how many people can be connected to your guest network, also selected here, and also how many megabytes can be used. Another part is called parental control. You can see right now two things are connected. One is my laptop and one is called unknown, which is our phone that is connected. Another part is called VPN. So if you do have a VPN, you can set it up, yes, and this router will be fully controlled by VPN, so that way you can use it. Another part is called the IP version 6, and you can enable it so that way your internet gets better. For me, I'm going to leave it as default right now. Another part is called advanced settings. There's a lot of things set up in this. Even it says IPTV settings. And going under system settings, here you go. This is how you will be able to see a lot of things inside of it. So we have an app for this to be tested. We're just going to say go, and this is a live test to see exactly what type of numbers we are going to get from the internet. At the moment, remember that there's always going to be ups and downs when we are going to speed test. Like right now, it shows that I'm getting roughly about 98 megabit per second. Now remember that this is a gigabit router, so it's supposed to give me even higher number. And also you can see that my download rate is about 95.76, and my upload rate right now stuck at 23.07. So let's check out a few settings. Maybe we have something incorrect. And there you go. So the wire that we had a problem, and that's why we were not getting our numbers properly. So once we change the wire, now you can see that our rate would just jumped to a gigabit. And yes, that is a gigabit. That's beautiful. That's what we wanted to see from the start, that what type of numbers we can pull using the landline on this router. So we had to switch from that white wire that came inside of the box to one of our own Cat6A wire, and bang, we received a beautiful number. I'm just going to test it for one more time because I got really excited right now looking at these numbers on how good it connects. And yes, it is over as 600 megabits because we have a gigabit internet coming into this place. But again, there are some other connections there, so it's always going to fluctuate in between a few numbers here and there in order to see a gigabit. But I've never seen such a beautiful number before this router. So this is awesome. This is what we are always wanted from these type of routers, to see exactly what type of number will bring on the table, and this is perfect. So you can see that my upload rate is 24.75, but it is maxed on 32 megabit. Here you go. This is our numbers. Now I will leave all the links in the bottom of this video where you can order this router from, and if you need more help, don't worry, ask at the bottom of the video. We love to help you out ASAP. Except that I hope you guys like this video. If you do like it, click the like button, subscribe button on the top, comment in the bottom. Always remember to visit our own website, which is exitex.info. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and other social networking places, and thank you.